So the issue had two components to it. The operating levy was basically a renewal, called a new levy actually, because of the 2014 levy that drops off in January.
Right.
So that would have been basically a no tax increase component. The component that was a tax increase for our taxpayers would have been the bond issue piece that would build the new buildings.
Right.
So that cost would have equated to about 50 cents a day for the average homeowner in our district. We'll go back to the drawing board, but we know that we can't just roll up our tents and be done.
Right.
We have kids that need us, and we know that we will lose $2.7 million in tax revenue in January. So we have to start being strategic in our planning and thinking about programs and student offerings that we can, I can't even say afford to lose, but that we know that we would have to lose to maintain what we're doing and at least continue offering the core curriculum for our students. So we will go back to the drawing board, work with our Board of Education to decide when we go to the ballot next, and then also look at the voting data and listen to our community and see what we need to do about buildings. We have to have a long conversation with our Board of Education tonight about filing, but definitely November would probably be the next logical time. I think low voter turnout had something to do with it.
Yeah.
It was a special election, so I think I'm estimating about 2,700 people voted. We have a huge population.
Yeah.
That's not even a third of our parents. So I think voter turnout had an impact. I've got to be reflective as the leader of the district and ask myself, was it the message? Was it our maybe lack of communication and planning?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm willing to look at that and examine that and see what we need to do. I think the things that people aren't seeing, and I've worked in many districts with high need student populations, and I will tell you something unique to Groveport is the amount of time and dedication that our staff give to our students. We have students with very high needs, socially and emotionally, academically, all kinds of things, and our staff does an exceptional job of making sure that our students are mastering their academic skills and getting wraparound services for students. And we've been intentional all along. Right now, we met last week, we have already for next school year probably reduced some of our staffing expenditures by about $600,000, just being intentional with our staffing and looking at what our student needs are. So it's not just when the levy doesn't pass that we make cuts. All along, I guess the message that I would want Groveport community members to hear is that we are good stewards of taxpayer dollars, and we have been very intentional this year to cut where we can without impacting the quality of education for kids.